Senator Markey.
Thank you, Madam Chair, very much. We're holding this hearing because project developers want certainty. Well, if you're looking for uncertainty, all you have to do is to look down the road to 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. Because since Trump took office nearly 1 year ago, Trump's costly, lawless, and unnecessary war on American clean energy has cost more than 165,000 clean energy jobs, $53 billion in private investment lost, 324 projects across red and blue states killed. Offshore wind has already unleashed billions in investments and created thousands of union jobs across the country. It makes sense for coastal states like Massachusetts, as well as for supply chain states like Texas and Louisiana, Mississippi. But over the past year, Trump has been escalating this increasingly outlandish attack on offshore wind, including cutting off the permitting process for all wind projects on federal lands or water. And on December 22nd, the Trump administration took its most unhinged action yet and yanked the permits for 5 offshore wind projects that are fully permitted and under construction, including Vineyard Wind 1 off the coast of Massachusetts, 800 megawatts. This action fuels rising electricity costs, puts our grid reliability at risk, and as Mr. Booker puts so well, sends thousands of union workers home without pay. So we can't talk about new permitting laws in Congress while the Trump administration refuses to follow the laws which we already have. And if Trump and Secretary Wright and Secretary Burgum will not do so on their own accord, this administration must be forced to end its punitive treatment through clear legislative text and vocal Republican opposition to any efforts to violate the law. So down the line, yes or no, do you agree that the Trump administration should stop its targeted attacks on wind and solar? Yes or no? Should they stop it?
Senator Kelly,
Markey?
sorry, excuse me, Senator Markey, excuse me.
All
Senator,
Irish. We all look at the Irish.
apologies, Senator. Senator Markey, rather than commenting on any one specific kind of project, the point for the Business Roundtable is that it needs to be predictable and the permits need to stand once issued.
Right, but that's not predictable. They've already permitted. Now they're canceled. Okay, Mr. Booker, yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Meyer.
Senator Markey, as I did mention to Senator Padilla, I'm not close enough to that issue to have a firm opinion on it, but we are an all of the above organization and all of the reforms
I
that...
don't, okay, Ms. Hopper?
Unequivocally, yes.
Yes, thank you.
Yes, for fully permitted projects.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, we can't even get the top secret briefing on what the national security issue is, you know, that is blocking it. They won't even give us the briefing so we can know. Although I suspect it's you got to take down the wind turbines so they can bring the aircraft carriers up to Greenland to attack, okay? They don't want those obstacles in the water. So down the line, permitting reform without project uncertainty is meaningless. And right now, the call for uncertainty is coming from inside the White House. So if Republicans want to make permits great again, the Trump administration could end this permitting chaos and uncertainty for offshore wind and renewable energy right now. But if projects like offshore wind or clean energy projects can be stalled or stopped entirely by the executive branch on a whim, it stands to reason that fossil fuel projects can get the same treatment in the future by a Democratic administration. The right has given the left a very good playbook. Mr. Mayor, are you aware that some policymakers and environmental organizations are planning for how this administration's restrictive permitting framework could be applied to oil, gas, and pipeline projects in future administrations?
Thank you, Mr. Senator. We are aware that that's part of the conversation.
Yeah. So, Madam Chair, what I would ask is unanimous consent to enter a memo from Evergreen Action on this issue into the record, which shows how the Interior Department's July 15th memo to block solar and wind projects could be repurposed to block oil, gas, and pipeline projects.
Without objection, those have been blocked in the past, as you know.
And Mr. Mayor, is it fair to say the oil and gas industry would not want any White House Republican or Democrat to require the Interior Secretary's personal signature for every stage of a project review?
Again, Mr. Senator, we are supportive of the permit certainty provisions. It is also true that we've had our own difficult experiences across different agencies in previous administrations, and so that's why we continue to be an all-of-the-above organization, and all of our reforms would benefit energy resources equally.
Yeah, the problem is we're in an oil above all era, not an all of the above era, okay? And we can see that from Venezuela to all of the public decisions that have been made by the administration. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you.